Good will triumph over evil in the end. What a war machine that was. Wow, huh? You're up late with us watching Sci-Fi Friday on public television. You got to help pay for it, though, with a phone call to Friends of Iowa Public Television, 1-800-779-7000. The War Machine is a special Doctor Who program that we were able to secure because a lot of you lashed your telephone during a pledge break just like this, and you said to us at that time it was Mark Pearson and Dr. Mike Frisby. Tonight it's Dan Miller and Mike Frisby, and you said to us then that you wanted science fiction programming to continue on public television, and you invested some money so that it would happen. We've got a lot of ways that we're going to help you make up your mind tonight, not just the War Machine special, which of course is Michael Frisby a broadcast television premiere.
That's right.
A broadcast television premiere, and never before seen. I believe that's what premiere means. Do you think?
That's right. It has never before been seen.
That's right.
Added footage.
Yeah, and I saw something in there, you know, that most people might not know, but I saw an exterior scene in a BBC production.
That's pretty hard to believe.
That is.
It was there.
Are you there? Where are you, Michael?
I'm
there
coming
you
in
are.
right now. I'm on my way.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What do you think the BBC would pay for this? Yes.
I don't know.
Lots of money.
They owe us. They owe us. Dan is absolutely right. There was an exterior shot in that. One of the many amazing things we're seeing for the first time on Doctor Who. There will be more later on the War Machines. And following that, the official, whacked-out, brand-new edition of the Five Doctors that we thought we were going to run for you last week, but instead we didn't. We've got it for you this week, and you'll see it in its entirety. As a matter of fact, we have got an extra special thank you gift. If you choose to participate and pledge at the $125 level tonight, you will receive that very video, the Five Doctors, the new bells and whistle version, and as a special added bonus, a whole other Doctor Who adventure, The King's Demons. Now, I should mention that we also have on hand some copies of the old Five Doctors VHS, the one that we showed last Friday night.
That would be the retro Five Doctors.
That's the retro, the original, right. The classic.
That's right. The way it was made to be seen.
The way it was made to be seen. We've got that one too. If you'd prefer that to the new one, we're accommodating. We want to do what you want. So all you got to do is call us, tell us what you prefer at the $125 level. And that number, once again, 1-800-779-7000. We have other little thank you gifts as well. At the, $50 level? The $50 level? It's Bob's Your Uncle, a dictionary of slang for British mystery fans, which comes in very handy, not only for British mysteries, but for British science fiction programming like Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, and, again, that's yours at the $50 level. Both, in fact, any level of participation at $30 or above brings you Advance Magazine, Iowa Public Television's monthly guide to what's going on, when, and where. And, of course, that includes up-to-the-minute information on Sci-Fi Friday night. We're going to try to get things going all the way around here. Give us a call right now to keep this coming. We can't afford to keep doing this without your participation. 1-800-779-7000. We got folks from all over the state right here, right now. In fact, from all over places other than the state, I might add. They're on the phones, and they want to do a little work for Iowa Public Television and for you. So let's get busy. 1-800-779-7000. We have so much exciting stuff coming later on this year. Dan has knocked himself out getting great programming for us. Now we got to come up with the bucks to pay for it.
You know, Michael, just getting the Five Doctors special for tonight was a trip.
That was a major effort in itself. Did we go through 4 tapes to get the right one?
Yes, it did. But we know that what we'll have somewhere around 12:15, 12:30 is we will have the program that we promised we'd have last week. And that's the way public television works. You know, if we can't get it to you when we said it's good, when we promised to get it to you, we'll get it to you later. Tonight, the nice thing about this phenomenal special tonight, not just the exterior scenes, but as you mentioned earlier, we're broadcasting the program we promised people.
That's right.
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing for us. It feels kind of good.
It does. That's right.
I feel kind of empowered that we're actually doing what we said we were going to do.
Yeah, it's a novelty. It's a notion of, as Mike Frisby flies through the studio here, the notion of actually giving you something that we promised you is a new thing sometimes as you see him hovering up there. A little quiet from your perch, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, I'm a little elevated tonight. I'm high on life itself and just so delighted that we're finally doing what we wanted to do. And we're going to be doing more of it. Dan has purchased for us a number of special Doctor Who's augmented with new footage, new sound effects, new soundtracks, things that we haven't seen before on American television, and in some cases British television. And throughout the year we will be bringing those your way. We also have plans, as soon as we are able, to bring back not only the Red Dwarfs you've seen, but a few special programming, and maybe, just maybe, if the BBC's being straight with us, and that's a kind of a big maybe, a new way to see Red Dwarf.
Yes,
anyway, we'll let you know more about that as the year progresses, but it's in the works. Dan mentioned during the last break, coming in the spring, the movie version of Neverwhere in its entirety. You're not going to see that anyplace else other than right here on your Iowa Public Television Network. It's all part of Sci-Fi Friday Night, which is your show. So participate. Make your show even better than it is right now. 1-800-779-7000. So much great programming coming up, Dan. I really am excited about the goodies we've got in store for folks.
You know, we're going to be up late. We hope the fans will too. I promised during the last break, Michael, that we were going to introduce to Iowans the voice of the money behind this Doctor Who night. And that voice is embodied next to me. And maybe she will say some very special things, Shay might, if we ask her to politely. Should we?
Yes, we should.
Get knotted.
Isn't that swell? Could you say that again, please?
Get knotted, Dan.
Oh, very good. It's personal now, too. That's very good. Shay, of course, it's a dramatic reading that Shay is providing you from the book. Hold the book up, Shay.
Bob's your uncle.
And that's available at what level, Shay?
At
$50
or more.
Very good. Very good. Getting out of, and what does good and getting out of mean, Shay?
Basically, shut up.
Thank you very much, Shay. Thank you very much. We will take your advice, and we will go back to the third part, we believe it is, of the great special that we're broadcasting tonight, The War Machine. Then remember, the program that we should have had last week comes your way in all of the new scenes, the new color, and that great digital Dolby surround sound soundtrack. That comes up after The War Machine as Festival 1998 continues on Iowa Public Television. Get knotted. Good gad.
Consider yourself knotted.
Thank you, Shay.
Iowa Public Television, a resource for Iowa's future.
You know, if I said they didn't get any better than this, I'd be lying. But you know that, and you're watching one of these original Doctor Who's because you value public television's commitment to bringing you Doctor Who and all the other great science fiction programming that we've been talking to you about tonight. What you got to do now in this break, before we go to the conclusion of this special Doctor Who, and we hope then directly into the 5-Doctor special, the one that we were supposed to have broadcast last Friday night, what you've got to do is go to the telephone and dial that number and talk to any one of these folks in our studio who are here from planets everywhere, it seems, and you'll see them in just a second. Maybe. There you go. 1-800-779-7000. We've got people from everywhere here. And they're eager to hear from you because on this final Friday of festival, we have got to take this number over 500. We're at 489 for the day, which is a great number, but not good enough. We've not yet been under 500. We have not yet been under 500, as you see our colleagues from everywhere who are here doing their community service here at Public Television. We have not yet been under 500 for this festival campaign, and our science fiction fans, I don't think, Michael, want us to end this night under 500. So here's what we're going to do. If we can fill up the phones in this break and take this over 500, we will play the conclusion of this special Doctor Who, and then we'll go directly into the 5-Doctor special. Now that's the deal. And we have, of course, with science fiction programming, like the BBC, we have never not done what we've said.
That's right.
Never.
We've done it later than 2 videos. The new version of the 5-Doctor special, which was indeed a special commemorating, 25 years of Doctor Who back in 1983. 20 years rather, back in 1983, and our entirely separate adventure with Dr. Peter Davison, The King's Demons, and that can be yours at the $125 level of participation. If you feel a bit strapped and want to go for the $50 level, we've got Bob's Your Uncle, a nice, cute little rhyming dictionary, a British slang dictionary, great for the British comedies, for British mysteries, and of course, without saying, great for British science fiction, and that's yours at the $50 level of participation. Now, come on, we want to get these things going. We're into the second row. We've got to go all the way around and into the third so we can get back to Doctor Who. Both shows. We want to do that this break. Once more, you guys are going to have this number memorized. That's good. You should. 1-800-779-7000. Memorize it, use it once, and forget it. Right?
Coming very close to that beaker, Michael.
I know, I see that.
Coming very close. Not anymore.
Does that mean
We've
that I
lost you
mutate?
there.
No,
Huh?
okay. I'm okay.
No, did you mutate into that?
I hope not. No, that's not me.
No. That's a far cry from you.
That ain't me, babe. That ain't me I'm looking for.
Exactly right. Look, now I'm not sure we were clear enough with folks about a couple of things. If we fill up the phones, we're going to take it over 500, which we've got to do because you just can't have science fiction fans be the ones to end the evening under 500 for the only time during this festival campaign, the only time
right,
we would be under 500. My goodness, Michael, Lawrence Welk will do more than 500 in a program.
I know it.
And we must finish this day with 500 or more.
You're a hard man, Dan.
Yes, right. And Shay will then tell us, Shay, who is the voice of the underwriting at Doctor Who, which is why I mentioned the moneyed voice behind Doctor Who. Shay will then tell me to shut up in ways that only British slang can say. Won't you, Shay?
Yes, Dan, yes.
There you go. That's a promise. The other part of this is that what we need to remind you of is that we'll be able to play the 5 Doctor special uncut, uninterrupted. We've got to fill the phones up. That means we've got to take 20 phone calls right now at 1-800-779-7000. We'll play the rest of the War Machines. We'll then go right into the 5 Doctor special. This is the new one. This is the one with Dolby surround sound. It's got all those scenes that you were missing last week. My goodness, there's color to it too. And you know what else is great is those cheesy BBC special effects. They're gone.
That's
replaced by cheesier
BBC special effects.
So anyway, now what we want to do is we want to fill up the phones so that we can play the rest of the War Machine, so that we can play all of the 5 Doctor special, the brand new one, the one we were supposed to have here last week that we actually got in from London via Los Angeles and a dubbing house 3 times this week. We can play all that uncut, but we've got to fill the phones up. That means we got to take at least now 5 more. We got to take about 8 more calls, maybe 10. We'll take it over 500, and we'll be able to play the rest of this night without any more from me or Michael.
Whoa.
That might mean we could go home.
What a concept.
What a notion.
Incredible.
What a notion. That's right. Now let me tell them about Red Dwarf very quickly because we've talked about it a bit.
Okay.
We know we've had a lot of people calling us. We have tried to keep Red Dwarf on our air since we got it. When we ran out of the rights just a few months back, we couldn't buy it again because we weren't allowed to. It was tied up in contract negotiations overseas. And we've been told that we'll be able to try to, we were told that we could make an offer on it, and here's what we've done. We've made an offer on all of the 40 that exist. We've also asked for what we believe are going to be the 7 or 8 new ones that will be made. We also believe that this package will contain 4 specials, half-hour specials, new Smeg-outs, and I think, honestly, Michael, I think it's a cooking show.
That's what I've heard, a cooking show.
It's a cooking show that is part of this package. If everything goes right, and if everything goes your way, what we'll be able to do, we think, is bring in Red Dwarf right after the premiere of the 3-hour version of Neverwhere, the movie version of Neverwhere. That should be the first weekend in June, we think. Last weekend in May, first weekend in June. That's the deal on Red Dwarf. Now, all that happens, by the way, because people like you go to the telephone right now. A lot of you are doing it at this late hour, and you are telling the people in our studio who are here from the USS Zurich? Am I right? Zurich, yep. Zurich. Oh, there you are. Okay. And the Des Moines Science Fiction Society. These folks are here tonight, after midnight, I guess it is, taking your phone calls. And it's the money that you pledge right now during this festival campaign that this public television network will use to buy programs like the one you're seeing right now. Remember the deal. Get us over 500. We can play the rest over 500 now. We can play the rest of this feature And we can play all of the Five Doctors special uncut. And you can hear Shay put me down again. That's how it is. All we get, go over 500. The rest of this Doctor Who special uncut. All of the Five Doctors uncut. And Shay will quote from the little red book that she's holding here. It's not the Little Red Mao book. It's the Bob's Your Uncle book, which of course is yours for the pledge of whatever $50 or more amount you can provide. And you'll hear her quote in that wonderful style that she can of putting me down. And we can end this, but only if we can get over 500. So let's go Iowa. 800-779-7000. Michael.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait to get back to bed. No, I mean, I can't wait to get back to, excuse me, to Doctor Who and finish off the War Machines and then get into the version of the Five Doctors we've intended to show. Dan spent 4 days on the phone last week getting a hold of his Five Doctors, so we certainly appreciate his commitment to the show. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. It can be yours, as a matter of fact. This brand new spanking clean version of the Five Doctors can be yours, along with a whole other Doctor Who adventure, The King's Demons, as our thank you if you participate, if you choose to participate at the $125 level. There it is. Look at that, two for the price of one. And as Dan said, at the $50 level or above, your copy of Bob's Your Uncle, which is a nice little dictionary of British slang, ideal for deciphering the permutations of British slang and British mysteries, comedies, and of course, science fiction programs. There it is, Bob's Your Uncle. We're getting there. We can take a few more calls, though, and we do need them. 1-800-779-7000. 1-800-779-7000. And that'll allow us to keep business as usual here every Friday night. That means Jack Orkheimer. I kind of miss Jack. I've missed Jack.
Michael?
Jack's been, what, showing up on Monday nights?
He's got a festival break.
Yeah, we've given him a break for festival.
That's
we'll
right.
put him back in a harness next Friday night. He'll be back in the traces.
That's right.
And
if those Cracker Jackson programming get it right, though.
Yeah, we think he'll be here. And Neverwhere will be here. Blake Seven will be here. I'll be here. The Good Doctor will be here. And, of course, you'll be here. But to guarantee that we'll all be here throughout the next year, 1-800-779-7000 is the number to call right now. This is your last shot at supporting Sci-Fi Friday Night for this year, or at least during festival. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right.
No, you are.
I'm absolutely right.
The other thing is, Sci-Fi fans have come through.
They have come through.
Rich Adamson has been counting these cards, and we are over the magic 500 mark. What does that mean? That means these guys can go home.
That means they can go home.
But I promised one thing.
Oh, well, it's good we've reached our mark because these fellas were getting their knickers in a twist. These blokes over here.
We're getting what?
Their knickers in a twist.
Okay, there you have it. And I thought it was going to be about me. Well, it isn't always about me. Thank you, everybody who's telephoned in. Shay, thank you very much. Gentlemen, thank you. All of you from the science fiction clubs in the USS Zurich who have been here now into the midnight hour. Michael?
That's right.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Dan. Thank everybody.
We have a good year ahead of us of science fiction programming made possible, candidly, honestly, by people like you. You have been wonderful supporters of public television, wonderful supporters of Sci-Fi Friday, and on behalf of Mike Frisbee and all the folks that put together that program, I just schedule it wrong sometimes. That's all. That's all I got to do with it. Thank you very much for being friends during Festival 1998. Bye-bye. We'll be done.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.